Wow, I haven't like talked about any of this. Like I have literally not talked about any of it. We were in a relationship for 2.5 years. He proposes. I find out that he was cheating a month later.
It wasn't just a broken engagement. That was like all over.
I was living in his home. We had dogs, cars. We had like a whole life that was like conjoined.
What do you think is the most like misunderstood thing about you on the internet?
I think a lot of people think that like I got in a relationship really quick. The men really came for me.
They're so scary.
They're scary and they're sad and they're rats. I was so excited for Austin. I was like, I'm starting a new life, like single era, like I'm so excited. Like, and then all of a sudden, boom, God had other plans.
Wifed up.
So I did that because I met a boy.
You were such a relationship
I am
girl.
a relationship girl.
To your core.
If I'm not in that chaos mentally, it almost feels like I'm falling off.
Well, also, it's like you are comfortable in chaos now. Because this is like showing you in a different light than like you're normally able to show.
Yeah, we're healing. We're healing our hearts.
Hi, house guest. Welcome back to my home. This week, we have special guest, Tianna Robillard, coming over to my house. I love Tianna. We met a while ago at a dinner in Austin, and we just had like the best conversation. She's coming over today, and what I love about this conversation is I feel like this is Tianna, like y'all have never seen her before, because she normally is a short form queen, 1. 2, she hasn't done that many podcasts, and 3, it really feels like it's just like two friends talking. Like it's not super like crazy over the top and energetic. Like we get like really into the weeds, if you will. Like we're talking about like rut routines. We're talking about her like history of like relationships, being a relationship girl, like father wounds, attachment theory. It's really Tianna just like, I feel like at her most chill and like very, very honest. And we by no means are like giving any advice or anything. We're just like talking about like where we're at and our ages of life, really where Tianna's at. And I think you guys are really going to like this. If y'all are new here and you're watching on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. We post new episodes every Thursday where y'all are coming over every single week, and we're typically just like in my living room having conversations, and it feels like you guys are a part of it. So I hope you guys enjoy this episode. Again, subscribe if you guys are new here. In Friend of Mine News, which is the home brand that I own, we just launched a new hat that is the cutest thing ever, and next week we are launching our Mahjong mats. Like this is very grandma hobby-esque. Mahjong is a game that like I'm obsessed with. I play American Mahjong. It is the most fun thing in the entire world. And we developed the cutest Mahjong mats I think that I've ever seen in my life. And those are launching next Thursday. So stay tuned for that. Without further ado, let's welcome Tianna on to the show. We need to start right now because Tianna, your stuff right now, let me get this straight, is packed up and just still sitting there.
No, not even packed. Just
it's
just sitting in there like I live there, and it's just I'm not
in the couch that we just love so much.
Yeah, my $600 TikTok shop couch.
Yeah. Guys, when we first met, we were at a dinner, and she's like, Kenzie, you're gonna actually die at the couch that I just got. It's the ugliest thing I've ever seen. And I was like, no, I'm sure it's fine. Like, I'm sure it's okay. I'm sure it's gonna be okay. Whatever. She's like, no. And Maddie's like, no, it's bad. Yeah. And we pull it up, and like, I swear to God, this is like a blow up couch that you found on TikTok shop.
No, it comes from TikTok shop in a plastic thing. It's like vacuum sealed. You open it, and it like just pops up. And that's been my couch.
It could be worse.
It could be worse, yeah.
It really could be worse.
And we're actually bringing it to, when I do move, I'm bringing it to the Nashville house. It's going to go in his studio.
That's actually
like perfect.
That's a good one.
Yeah. It can get dirty, all the things. And it's actually surprisingly comfy. Like I'm actually a fan of it. Like the 7 times I've sat on it.
No, I know, because you know you've been there so much. I was just saying, sorry, we had a little bit of technical difficulty, guys, but I was just saying, like, one thing about you is, like, stuff is always sitting packed up in another city.
Mm-hmm. Like, I still have, like, I think I have, like, 3 suitcases that are just packed in my apartment alongside all of my stuff that's just as if I'm there, living there, and I'm not there.
How many days total do you think you've spent there in this past lease?
I want to say somewhere around 20. Most likely.
It's that low?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because, dude, I
know, it makes sense.
Got a boyfriend a week after, or was it a week before?
A
week before I signed a lease. And I was like, I was so excited for Austin. I was like, I'm starting a new life, like single era, like I'm so excited. Like I love the city, the vibes. And then all of a sudden, boom, God had other plans.
Wifed up, basically.
Wifed up.
Literally. When are you making the move?
Oof, dude, I'm like prolonging. I'm like, I have like everything I need there, essentially like my 5 outfits that I'm just rotating.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I probably, the middle of January is when my lease is up. So I need to get a move on.
At some
probably
point.
December, probably November, end of November, early December, I'll probably get it packed up.
You've got some time.
Yeah. And I'm like, I still want to go there for like a week and just at least like, just spend a little, like 3 days there.
Experience it.
Yeah, like at least before I'm done.
You're vacationing at your apartment.
Yeah. And it feels like that when I go. Like, I'm like, I can still swim in the pool. It's warm. Like damn.
It's so crazy.
It sucks because I like picked a really good, I've never like paid for rent before. So like I picked like a good spot that I was like really proud of, that like felt really good to me and that had all the things that I wanted, only to end up never using it. So
It's so fair. Like, you live and you learn.
yeah.
And you know what is interesting is, you know, Shannon Ford?
Yes.
Okay, love her. Actually, producer Courtney, I stole her from Shannon, but she is the most fabulous woman on earth. But she said to me whenever, because she was living in Nashville.
Yes.
And then she got a second place in New York, and then she fell in love with her now husband.
Yes.
And he was living in London at the time. So she spent probably more money, I promise, than what you were spending in your Austin place, I would assume. I know the rent there. It was insane. To this New York apartment for however long, like, was her lease a year? Yeah. A year-long lease, and never was there ever. And she said to me, she's like, when I started doing the second place, like here in Nashville, like that, she's like, that's gonna happen to you, and it did, and I fell in love, and now I'm like, well, I have to leave.
Yeah.
So, okay, anyways, I want to talk about you, and like, I think we need to bring it back to like pre-social media days. So people don't know your life before this.
Yeah.
Where did you grow up?
I grew up in Bellingham, Washington.
Pretty.
PNW girl. It's like an hour and a half north of Seattle. It's like a little town called Ferndale, actually. It's like a little farm town, like
Cute.
right under the border, the Canadian border. But yeah, I grew up there. My mom still lives in the same house I like literally was damn near born in, and I hate going back home.
Really?
It was like a fun childhood. Like I had like a great life. It was like a one high school situation.
Small town vibes.
Small town vibes. Very small town. I'm still close to a lot of like my high school friends, but yeah, it's just one of those places that like there's nothing for me there.
How many siblings do you have?
2. They're half, so they have a different dad, but we all grew up together with my mom. So,
Yeah.
so I have a brother and a sister.
What's your like birth order?
So my sister is 39. She's the oldest. My brother is 36. He's middle, and then I'm 29. So we're like a decade apart.
I see you being like middle or baby of the family.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, okay, I've never gotten that before. I've always gotten baby. Like everyone's like, yeah, you're the baby. And
No,
like,
because my sister is similar to my sister's the middle, and she's kind of like, she's just more like, what's the word I'm looking for? Today, here's one thing about me today. Words are not coming to my brain.
hey guys, I literally started this and I was like, hey, I need you to know like I'm really bad at explaining things and thoughts aren't firing like they need to. Mm-hmm. So bear with us.
She's more like kind of like go with the flow and
I
will
was
just
gonna say,
do
like,
anything.
easygoing.
Yes. So that's why I was like, I could see it. But she also was a lot more like rebellious and wild.
Yeah.
And I feel like you are just more like,
I'm like definitely rule follower, but very like go with the flow, but like very like cautious. Like I won't like go like jump off. Like I don't like want to go like cliff jumping and shit.
no, I have no interest in that. Ever.
I'm like, I'd rather like keep my life.
I'm not going to skydive.
Yeah, no skydiving.
That is
No.
not my vibe.
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Okay, so at what point did you move away?
Okay.
Okay.
So I was actually in like a relationship after college, after high school that was kind of not the healthiest. And I like ended up moving in with his family for like a total of a few months or whatever. Anyways, long story short, my mom and my sister was like, okay, we need to like get her out of this. Bless his soul. I think we were really young and like just didn't know what we were doing. So I don't want to like put any shade towards him. But like I wasn't seeing clearly. Like I was like, I think in this like world of like manipulation where I was just like living with him and his family. And for no reason, like my mom lived 10 minutes away. I could have like easily, it was just this like situation was really weird. And my mom and my sister were like, hey, so this is like an intervention. We need you to like not do this anymore. This is like really bad. I wanted bigger things for my life, but I was like staying in my hometown with like this boy. Like me and my mom weren't talking, and like I like lost connection with all my friends.
The wrong relationship will do that.
It was one of those.
Yeah, I get that.
And I'm 18 at this point and working full time as a barista, and I just wanted bigger things for my life and like knew that, but didn't know how to like step out of that. so my sister and my mom like made this plan to pretty much like open a yoga studio, and my sister was like, I want you to manage it, and like I want you to come move to California. And that was like I was wanting to do it. My sister was actually like for real thinking about it, but like wasn't like a plan yet. And so I was like, oh my gosh, like I should do this. And pretty much like they had planned for me to like move out there, and then like with her and my brother-in-law, and like get me like kind of away from this boy. And I did it. I moved to California. Like I up and like left, and like pretty much was like did the thing where I was like, hey, like I'm moving, like let's just do distance and see how it goes. And then that ended up like fading out, thankfully. But go to California at like 19. I live in California until I turned 21 with my sister and my brother-in-law. I turned 21 and I'm like, look, like I need to go to college. Like what are we doing here? Like I had like a lot of emotions toward like my mom. She was a single mom at the time. Like I didn't want to leave her and go to college, but I also like wasn't talking to her. It was like this whole thing. So I'm like, this is confusing, but
no, you're actually explaining this very well.
Okay, yeah. Good. And so I like ended up not going to college right out of high school, which I like regret to this day. But I ended up going to my sister's, like I said, and then I turned 21 there, and I'm like, look, like life is flying by, and I'm like not getting my degree. Like I have to go back to school. I still had in-state tuition in Washington at this point, so I needed to go to Eastern Washington University for school. So I did that because I met a boy.
Okay. So how do we meet this boy?
I go home to get my wisdom teeth out.
This is so romantic already.
Like when I turned 21. And I go back home to get my wisdom teeth out, surgery, whatever. And during the like 3-week stint that I go home, I have a friend who's dating someone who went to my college that I would end up going to, Eastern. And I was like, oh, like, I'll go with you to like go visit him, whatever. It's like a 6-hour drive. So we go to Eastern Washington. I meet a boy, and wow, I haven't like talked about any of this. Like I have literally not talked about any of it. I go and like meet this boy because he lives with the friend's boyfriend that we're visiting. So we're like staying in like this house with them, and we meet, and I just like fall head over heels for this guy. I'm like, oh my gosh, like he's so great. Like he liked me. We liked each other. I go back to California after this. We're like talking. He's like, hey, like, I know you want to go back to school. Like, you should come to Eastern. Because, like, I'm here and, like, you still have in-state tuition. I'm like, okay, like, I could go to California schools, though. But, like, since I just met you and, like, this could be a thing, like, maybe we do that. So he ends up, like, convincing me. I go to college at Eastern. We end up dating for, like, 2 years. That was my first heartbreak where, like, we broke up, and I think I like kind of cut it, but he didn't want to get back together at any point. I was like running away, waiting for him to like come back. That didn't work.
Yeah.
So we ended up breaking up, and then that's where I went. I went to college, found another boyfriend at some point, like a year later. Whatever.
You were such a relationship
I am
girl.
a relationship girl
to your core.
To my core, like I just love companionship. Like I'm just like
you love love.
I love love. I'm like a big romantic. So I'm always in a relationship. I think I've like the most I've had in between has been like maybe 2 years.
That's a large chunk of time though.
Yeah.
So you meet the second boyfriend. Well, first off, let's start with the breakup. The first breakup is so interesting because you really truly feel like you're the only person on this earth, on God's green earth, that has experienced heartbreak ever. You think you are the literal only person. It is the most painful thing, and they don't warn you.
It changes who you
are.
Like that first heartbreak literally changes I remember being the most confident, easygoing, like nothing can break me down. And after that, I have been a different person ever since that breakup.
Crazy what it does to you. It really
changes your brain. Yeah. Completely. Changes your personality, I feel like.
You just are sitting. I just remember going through my first breakup and being so angry at all of the people around me for not warning me how bad it was going to be. Like, I remember being like, why did no one tell me this?
Right.
And then before that, you would think everyone was being dramatic.
Yeah.
And then you go through it.
Yeah.
And suddenly you're the only person on earth that's ever gone through a breakup.
I'm like, the pit that I was feeling,
oh my gosh.
It felt like it feels like you're dying.
Yes. Like when you wake up in the morning and then you remember that you broke up and you just like are sick.
Yeah.
Like,
and you're like, I'm never going to find somebody again. Like that was I'm a big thing where it's like when I am in a relationship, I'm like, oh, this is my person. Like this is what I date to marry. Obviously, I think a lot of us do, but it's like, I like really attach myself, especially my younger years. I attach myself and I'm like, okay, this is what we're doing. I'm all in. And then for it to end, you're like, who am I?
It's earth-shattering.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
Which I think something that can like be a part of like my story is my parents divorcing when I was really, really young.
I was literally just about to get to that.
Yeah, I do label myself as a like relationship person, but I do think like a part of it is like maybe like a father wound, you know, a little bit. Like my dad like wasn't really we were really close with like a strong relationship, just not physically, like not to like he was never I only saw him like maybe 4 times, like 4 weeks out of like the year, you know, so that was tough. I think I just really relationships were important to me because of that wound, probably.
That makes complete sense. Also, I think my parents also divorced, and it was really bad when I was younger. And I found myself, my dad was like there physically. We were very close. I'm always with my dad. But something that I noticed in myself with relationships was not necessarily that I always wanted to be in one, but when I was in one, I wouldn't leave and I would not break up with them, even if I 1,000,000,000% should. And this lasted into like recent years. Like I wouldn't leave. And I think I was just trying to prove a point that like I can make a relationship work because my parents didn't.
Yeah, that makes sense.
It's so crazy how this all like just comes out.
That
and it
makes
comes out so
sense.
much relationally.
Because my thing to that is I like run to see if they'll chase.
Yeah, that's
Like if I end this, then like first of all, if I end it first, then you can't end it. But then if I end it and you come back, then I know you like actually love me.
Yeah, they have to like work for it.
You have to work for it.
Do you feel like you still do that now?
Sometimes dude, oh yeah. I'm still to this day struggling with like healing that.
Do you feel like it's gotten any better as you've aged, or do you feel like it's gotten worse?
Worse.
Yeah.
Worse, especially with like an engagement that like freaking you think is gonna be your life and like someone got on a knee and then to like have that end, it's like that just again like it's just like showing again like my abandonment wound. Boom, like again after again after again after again. And it's like for me to be in a relationship right now, I think a lot of people think that like I got in a relationship really quick. But for just like to reiterate, like for me to be in a relationship right now with like the state of like the mentality that I was in after that, it has to be like this person has to be like so healing for me. Mm-hmm. And I am, I think, experiencing that right now. My brain and like my body will sometimes tell me that I'm not and that this is like gonna end again or that like this person's gonna run away. And I'm just like really having to work on that open communication on explaining that to him and like healing that, because as of right now I'm like, no one's gonna stay, everyone leaves, even if you have a ring on your finger, when you think you've hit the finish line, it's like means nothing and people can still like absolutely ruin you. And I'm like having to like rewire that after I was like since I was 5.
Also, just to validate with the like broken engagement, I mean that was like that is like clearly like your greatest fear, and it wasn't just a broken engagement, that was like all over. Like that was a really like that adds so much to what already would be a really traumatic experience. So like you are doing really great even like working, like trying to work through in a relationship, because like that is so hard. Also, even when you're in a healthy relationship, sometimes that's the hardest thing after you've been in nothing but unhealthy stuff, because you don't know how to like operate. Yeah.
And my boyfriend now, poor guy, he's like, I don't think he's been in a relationship with someone like me. I just need a lot right now. I need a lot. And I don't think he's having to learn how to give me what I need, because he's never had to do that before either. So I'm just like, and by a lot, I mean like, what's the word? Like affection. I need a lot of reassurance. I need like a lot of presence to feel like it's working. And it's not fair. We're making it work and we're in a good spot, and I think we're both like loving where we're at right now. But it's a mental battle every day to rewire that, like, even if he's not going to leave, but even if he does again, even if this happens again to me, I'm okay. And I think that's what I did get from the last one is like I survived, I lived, like I'm fine.
Also, I feel like you thrived too.
Yes, and I thrived.
Like, I think your life really got better.
Yeah, it did.
Even if it doesn't feel that way always.
It
like,
did.
in the moment, of course, I think later, you look back and it's, like, clear to see.
Oh, it's like, thank God. Like, God was really looking out on that one.
God was really looking out for you.
Yeah. But it is that feeling of I'm not good enough, just repeated again and again through my adulthood. And it's like, damn.
Well, it's like so exhausting to deal with, especially when it's stuff that was like sewn into you as a child. Have you ever looked into attachment theory?
Yes.
So I used to be anxiously attached, which I feel like you would be anxiously attached, right? And it was so interesting. So there's three, for people who are listening, there's really three main like attachment types. There's secure, and there's anxious, and then there's avoidant. And typically anxious and avoidance like love each other. And that was my living hell up until like the relationship I'm in now, honestly. Like every time I dated anyone, I was with an avoidant and I was anxious, and like it was so exhausting to be in because I would have all the mind games, and like I would convince myself like, oh, if we didn't speak for 6 hours, I would be like, oh, he hates me. Like he thought in those 6 hours that like we're never gonna be together again. He wants nothing to do with me. Like it's such a mind fuck. It really is, and it's so exhausting. Like it really is so hard.
It's really difficult. I'd be interested to know how you got out of that.
I went to a lot of therapy. And I like tried, like I remember, because I went to my therapist and I was like, I really desperately like do not want to feel this way anymore. And I don't want to be this way in relationships. And like, thankfully, I don't feel like any of the guys that I dated up until that point were like looking back, they were all the wrong person for me. So I don't feel like it messed up anything that was like really important, you know? But I was like, I don't want to like meet the right person. And then I just like, I just want to be in a better place. Like I was like, mentally I've got too much going on.
Yeah.
So there's this book, you don't like reading, right?
I like have a Kindle now. I'm like really trying to get it.
Okay, like maybe with a Kindle, like there's this book called Attached, and that book really, really helped me with attachment theory.
Okay.
And it's so interesting because it talks about things that you can do to like make it better. And it really honestly helped me like rewire my brain with it. But I went to therapy. We worked on a lot of stuff. I couldn't really give you tangible things that we worked on because I don't even remember at this point because it was a couple years ago. But over time, I remember like at a certain point, I was like, there's going to come a time where like you can only do so much until you're in a relationship and you work through that again. But I do find myself like in my relationship now, like I will, like this is how much progress I know that I've made, because normally, you know, when you like say something because you're like trying to get a rise out of them, like on purpose, obviously. And like, I don't even have it in me to do that. I'm like, like I don't even, but I also feel so like safe and whatever, but like I don't even have it. Like there's just like things that you would say to like get a rise and like for them to then like show that they care, you know? Yeah, totally. I don't even do that anymore. I don't have the energy. Yeah. But it was years of therapy. It really was.
Yeah. So the funny part is when I was with my ex, like we were doing so much therapy, like individually and like together. So I do feel like I learned enough to over like those years to like set me up for this one. But yeah, it takes a lot.
It takes a lot, and also you should just be proud of yourself. Like I think it would, in a way, almost be easier to just like take yourself out of the game as a whole. Like I think that's what I did, and I don't think it was the best thing. I think it was good, and I'm glad that I did it for the time that I did it, but I also think like there was a large part of me that was just too afraid to get into a relationship again. So like you had the courage to do it again.
Yeah, I think how it happened was like because I kept telling him, like we just had met, me and my boyfriend now, and it's God, dude. Like I can't put it to anything else other than like I just really feel like this is it, because he was pushed so hard in a time where like I needed to see that push to feel like someone was about it again, or like someone could like do this with me, or like wanted it bad enough to where I felt like, okay, maybe I can like, okay, he wants this like really bad, like maybe I can like dabble and like see, like maybe he won't go because of, you know, how hard he's pushing, whatever. And at the beginning that was just like what I needed, me to be like standoffish and him to be like the go like trying to get me. And I needed that so bad at the beginning, and now I feel like we're finally at like a point where like we've leveled out, and like I can step into it more, and he can push, and like it's like a healthy push and pull now versus like at the beginning I needed like all push you know, for me to feel
safe,
comfortable and safe stepping into something.
Yeah.
And I did tell him at the beginning, I'm like, dude, like what you're getting into right now, like I'm warning you now, like I'm not well and I'm really scared to get into a relationship, and like here's what's probably gonna happen, and like here's what I foresee happening. Like I'm gonna want to run. Like my thing is like I want to run. Like I am an anxious attachment, but I'm also like a runner. Like I will I will run and like make sure like I end this before you do if things get tough. So I don't know why you would want to start this with me, but like I'm warning you now. And he's like, well, I got it. Like you don't understand. Like I can handle anything. He's like, I literally can handle anything, and like you're gonna be just fine. And I'm like, here we go. And then now I'm running down Broadway Street.
No, literally. But you guys have been together for a long time at this point. We should give context to the listeners too, as a refresh in case they don't know. You were in a engagement without me. You were engaged. Yes. She was in a relationship. They got engaged. A couple months later, big breakup, blowout. A month? It was that quick.
We were in a relationship for 2.5 years. He proposes. I find out that he was cheating a month later. And I end it. I call it off, obviously. Which isn't obvious to a lot of people. Everyone's like, yeah. And I'm like, no, I needed to get the hell out of here. Yeah. Like, what are we doing? And left a month after the engagement.
And then you and Adrian met. Like, not that long after.
I broke off the engagement early June. I met him in September.
Okay. So you had a little bit of time in between.
Yeah, we started officially dating December.
There you go.
Yeah.
That is, like, good.
Yeah.
It worked out.
It was neat. It was exactly what it needed to be. I feel like I feel good.
I also think that's really important for, like, especially young girls to hear who are stuck in bad relationships. And most of the time when you stay, it's out of a fear of, like, never being able to find that again, which, by the way, you'll get to a point where that is not what you want to find. No. You don't want to find that again. Yes. You want to find something better. But I think even just hearing, like, you did meet someone, like, the love of your life shortly after.
On the other side. It's a scary, really scary position to, especially because I was living in, you know, his home. We had dogs, cars. We had like a whole life that was like conjoined and in two different places, cities. Like my stuff was in two different states. Like it was just like,
and he had a career that like you kind of had to revolve your life around that to make a relationship like that work.
Totally. And to think of leaving that is really scary and tough, but it's like I would rather be alone and got myself rather than being with someone who isn't sharing the same like morals and values as me.
Basic human decency.
Basic fucking human decency. Yeah. Then there's something on the other side that's so much better. And you can't see it in the moment, but it's there.
You have to almost just like close your eyes for a bit. Like you've got to like jump off the cliff and like do the thing that's so scary and leave the relationship and like just close your eyes. Like once you get to the other side, you will be so grateful. Yeah. But I can even see in the past like 8 years specifically, I think just like in my 20s, like the people who were too afraid to leave relationships and how different of people they are and how much smaller their lives are when they wanted something so big and like really they just settled because they were too afraid to leave something, which is valid. That is a very valid fear, but it's so much better on the other side.
It is. Yeah.
Like so much better.
And it's better to deal with it earlier than later.
Yeah, absolutely. What, you're 50 years down?
Imagine if we would have got
married, kids.
Imagine if I stayed and we would have, dude.
No, couldn't have happened. Okay, so circling back. So you get your second boyfriend in college.
Yep.
And then at what point are you moving? Like, give us the timeline of all of this stuff.
Yeah, COVID happens in my last year of college. So I started as a freshman. COVID hits when I'm, 23 or so. And I moved, when COVID happens, you know, school goes online. I moved back to my sister's. That was what felt like home, was Northern California at that point. And I moved back into my sister's, do school. After school, I lived there for a while. And then Maddie has a company. And my best friend Maddie owned a creative agency in Dallas. And we were best friends in high school. And she ended up moving to Texas. And then starts a business after college, and I didn't have anything going for me, and I wasn't doing social media or anything. I was just like a barista for like the last 8 years at that point. And I was like, I'm just gonna I think we have a conversation one day, and she's like, dude, what if like you came to work for me? And because I did love video editing. I would do the whole YouTube, like, iMovie situation. When I did Vine, I was always, like, hip on Instagram.
Yeah.
Like, I knew what was going on. Like, I was always talking to camera on Snapchat back in the day. Like, I just, like, always had, like, a presence, like, loved being in front of, like, the camera on socials, like, before it was, like, a thing, whatever. And then she's like, dude, you could, like, run the TikToks and like video side of things for all the accounts that I run. And I was like, sure. So I like end up moving to Dallas and work for her. We end up getting acquired by a brand called Nudes, the company. So we worked as like the marketing team. So I launched Nudes on the marketing side with them for their first year. Was kind of the face of the brand in a sense for Darelan, like her brand, like at that time, and just loved doing the socials for Nudes. And I was like, I just feel like I could do this, and so I was like, I could do this for myself. So I got in a relationship at that point with Cody in Dallas. We met because he was training on off season in Dallas, and met him. We got in a relationship. Eventually, I ended up moving to Arizona when he was on Arizona, and I ended up moving there, and I just went and did it full time for myself.
When you were younger, did you ever picture yourself doing something like this?
Like, I can't explain it. Nothing makes more sense.
Yeah.
For me. Like, I was never going to feel fulfilled doing anything other than like something to do with entertainment. I always used to say growing up, like, I don't know what I want to be, but I know I want to get paid and make a career out of just being me to an audience of some sort. Like, but like not necessarily playing like a part, just being me to like a group of people that want to watch.
It's so funny that you say that, because I have this really vivid memory, and this is important because I don't have many my childhood was like pretty traumatic. Like, I don't remember a lot of it, but I have this one really vivid memory. I was in my hometown. I was in my best friend's mom's car. We were at Sonic, and we were talking about like what we wanted to be when we were older. We were probably like 12 years old. And I said to her, I was like, I don't really know how to describe it, and I don't even know if it, like, this is like before like YouTube. I mean, YouTube was a thing, but before like people knew it was a thing, really. So as a career. And I remember saying, like, I don't really know how to describe it, but I just think that like whatever I end up doing, like, I'm gonna be on camera. I think it'll have something to do with like beauty, fashion, like that kind of stuff. And I think I'll own like a brand. Like, I said exactly what it was, but it didn't exist then. But I was the same way. Like, and my mom owned a business growing up. So I'm like, there's certain things that are like pretty obvious as to why I felt that way. And of course, the only thing is just, it was home and not fashion stuff. But I had the same thing. Like, I always knew.
What's crazy is you were such a big inspiration for me.
That's so funny.
At a very like a long time ago. Like, I think you were living, where were you living?
LA, probably.
I think you were living in LA at the time.
Those were dark days for me.
Or maybe I was like watching you, because you lived in Dallas first.
Yeah. Well, Dallas, LA, Dallas.
I think it was Dallas.
Yeah.
And then, but I was watching you, for a very long time ago.
Yeah.
I've been a fan of you for a long time. OG, like, and you just motivated, like the way you just lived your life motivated me so much, because I was like, hello.
No, this fly that's in this room is driving me insane, by the way. I'm like, it's actually going crazy. It's always here. I don't know what to do about that.
It's just like, it's a roommate at this point. It was just like, you would say things and then like make them happen. And I think that's like some people's biggest problem is they think so many things that they want to do and then they never take the step to do it. And I just remember watching you so young. I'm like, if I want to like do something, I should just like do it. Like, you're such a doer. You would just say it and it would come to life.
I'm really decisive.
Yes.
Like, if I decide something, it happens and that's it. And I'm also very stubborn. So like, it's not always the healthiest thing, but I'm just that's what it comes down to, is I'm very decisive. like that. And I was just kind of born that way though, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't, it's just, that's just like how my brain works.
Dude, do you know like CEO, like that's like the biggest indicator of like what differentiates CEOs to like normal people is that they're really good at just making decisions and like going with it.
See,
and
I
like,
always see these things on Instagram when they say things that are like, oh, the biggest, or they're like the biggest, they're fast walkers or fast talkers. I'm like, well, I'm all those things. So let's figure this out. Like, no, I know. I'm like, I don't know how for real they're being when they say that, but I am very decisive. Like, I also like have a strong, and I think it comes from like, I'm from a family of like interior decorators. So everyone has a very specific taste.
Yeah.
So I think I inherited that from them of like, I am very decisive, but I also like, I know what I like.
I like that.
But I
That's
think
good.
it comes from growing up in that kind of like household.
Yeah.
You know?
I like couldn't be more opposite.
I also had a dad who was like, who believed I could run for and be president. Like he's very, like he's like not delusional in the sense of like
But,
he actually thinks that.
He like would think things and he's like, I can do it.
Well,
Like
he really believed in me, and I think that gave me confidence really young.
Yeah.
So I think that like I really had like the perfect storm
that's amazing.
to like set me up for that. But we had such similar things. Like I always
I'm like,
just
well, how do I
felt
need to
that
raise
way.
my kids? Okay, make sure that they know. Because Adrian, kind of my boyfriend now, he's been in the industry a lot longer than me. He's just like anything he fucking thinks of just comes to life as well. He's like the same way. He's very decisive, very like pick it. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, we reroute. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And his family life is like very like his parents like gave him that platform to like believe and like make sure that he could do whatever he wanted to do, and there was like no limitations.
Yeah.
I feel like I grew up in a very limiting like environment. Like it was very like small town vibe. Like I couldn't believe, I knew I wanted to do something bigger, but I didn't know how to get there, and then I couldn't really position myself in a way that made it happen. I don't know.
So my dad grew up in an environment like that. And so I think that that's what made him the opposite. So that's great because you can be the opposite.
Maybe that's why I'm here now.
No, literally.
Secretly, like on the low, like in my subconscious.
Secretly on the
made
low.
it happen.
No, but I mean, you have so many like good ideas and things that you want to do. Like we talked about, obviously we don't need to get into them here, but like we talked about so many of them at dinner. I'm like, that's a genius idea. I think it's just, also you all need to give yourself grace. Like you've been like a very like transitionary, whatever the word I'm looking for, can't think today, phase of life.
I feel like I like
And
haven't.
a lot came at you at one point, which we actually should be talking about.
Exactly, because I think my career started. I blew up in maybe I think I got to 2 million in less than a year or something crazy like that, right? Or maybe a little less, and then straight to a public breakup. So we came up together and essentially, and then we ended it within a year. It was like this very like hot topic of like our relation. Everyone like really enjoyed our relationship, to then it ending so abruptly. And since the start of my career on social media, I haven't really been able to, like, you're right, like get to a stable place where I feel like almost safe and comfortable, because I'm only in year 2. I'm still figuring out what it's like to, you know, go into a spot where like people even know who I am. Like it's like still like this like whirlwind of just so much change.
I think that's the hard part of like going viral too. That's why I'm always like, I'm like actually grateful that it's just been slow and steady for me, because I think like the pro to that is that you grow with it and you figure it out. Like you didn't have time to grow with it and figure it out. So it was just so much at once. And then so it's also like your personal life in a really traumatic event, and not just a breakup, but like an engagement that has been broken off. Like it really is a lot at once. So like it makes sense that you would be feeling this way, and like honestly feel this way for a while. Like you will get to the point where like you don't really feel like, you'll be further away from that and feel differently, but like it makes sense.
And then it's like this game of getting further away from it means like things leveling out, which is then it's like I almost like strive for if I'm not in that chaos mentally, it almost feels like I'm falling off.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying?
Well, also it's like you are comfortable in chaos now.
Totally.
Yeah. I also think like social media, I think for anyone, even if you're on or off, like if you are an influencer or not, it is such a mind fuck, because
we're guinea pigs, bro. We have no idea the brain studies that are going to come out when we're like 70.
It's going to be so bad
if we make it there.
Yeah,
like literally. I'm like, my
literally.
brain's mush at this point. Like
actually. It's gonna be so bad. Like, I don't even want to know
scared.
about them.
I'm
I'm
actually
good to
scared.
not see those.
I was telling Adrian yesterday, I'm like, we need to set an hour aside every day just to like raw dog
life.
dog our minds. Like, I need to sit on a chair for an hour and like try to gain my brain back. Like,
Literally.
Without a screen.
It is crazy. But I think like social media is such a mindfuck because like it's not normal to get millions of views a video. But when you start getting millions of views a video and then all of a sudden, and that a lot of it is surrounding like drama and chaos in your life, and people are attracted to that. And then like you have a normal life and you're still getting like how, like if you 500,000 views or something on a video, which is still an insane amount of views on a video. 100,000 is an insane. 10,000 people watching a video is an insane amount of people watching a video. But it just, I feel like that can get so unhealthy.
The bar gets higher and higher and higher. The more you allow it, it's insane.
It's also scary because a lot of people online, like just knowing more of the behind the scenes, like so many people who are getting the most amount of views as possible are the most miserable people.
Yeah.
Like it really, because it can be like a very dark and lonely place.
And and I can attest to that sentence. We both have a lot of friends in the industry. It's like, dude, this life comes with a price.
Yeah.
It comes with a price mentally. We are not wired for this, for us to see how many opinions we see on the day. You're right. Some of the most successful people in the industry, which we hear all the time, everyone says this, but it's so true. Some of the most successful people are some of the most miserable.
Yeah, and I would say like most people aren't well.
No.
Like seriously, like including myself, I feel like I'm in a rut every other week.
Yeah. Oh,
you know,
yeah.
Like, what happens with you when you go through? Like, what's your rut routine?
Dude, I'm in one right fucking now.
Perfect.
First of all, I don't even have like a rut routine. I like that. I just
made that up. I don't have
love
one.
That. It's hard to, because now we're getting into the weeds here, but the app is ever changing. Like what worked maybe like 6 months ago on like what kind of I knew for my business I needed to get out and would do well isn't the same as it is today. So it's like, it is kind of a fun game because it's like, if you do enjoy it, it's like you have to ever like evolve into the app. So right now I feel like, I don't know if you've experienced it, TikTok's going through something with the algorithm is algorithming. Yeah. And it's a full change where people aren't like getting, you know, it's changing. And it's like, okay, I'm in this rut where I'm like, okay, things aren't going well. Okay, well now what? Like, it's like, yes, things are going well, but like, you're right. Like when you don't get a certain number, it's like, oh, we're falling off. Like nobody gives a fuck about me anymore. And I think when that happens, I'm just like, I need rest and I need to genuinely like log off. Like I'm in a point where like, I don't even want to look at my phone right now. Like I just need to log off, get inspired. You know, I think when I'm in a rut, I will go on my For You after resting. If I get a sparkle of inspiration, I'll go on my For You, find inspo from people I'm really inspired by creatively, and almost like, you know, make a way to spin your creative juices on what they're doing and like what's working for someone else.
I saw this TikTok the other day, and I want to say it was Alexis Barber, and she was just talking about the concept of burnout, and she was saying, you know, like you're burning out whenever you're like misaligned, and she's like, and that was a hard thing that I had to learn, and she kind of took you through like her journey of it, and I'm like, that's actually so true, because whenever I feel the most like just burnt out and in a rut, it's always when I'm kind of like, I don't know what I'm trying to do here. You know what I mean?
That is exactly right. Like right now, you're exactly right. I feel that. I feel like I am supposed to be doing, like elevating and supposed to be doing something bigger right now. And I can't figure out what it is. So I'm in this in-between of, and me and Adrian talk about this a lot, not to air his shit out, but he felt really unfulfilled with the influencer life or social media, and he just felt like that time was over for him, and he was like, what's next for me? And that's when music came, and now he is like flourishing, like hit the ground running, like in something that he like loves and adores and like can see himself like really doing. And I just feel like I'm in that in between right now where I'm like, I want to build something, I want to create something, maybe it's a podcast, maybe it's a brand, like I want to pour my creative juices into something other than telling my story every day. I'm in this feeling right now where I'm like, I don't even care that much about my life. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't care what I'm doing enough. Like, I know that, you know, a lot of people are in this, there's a lot of conversation right now on TikTok that's like, influencers this, influencers that. It's like, no, I feel you. Like, I actually don't care that much about my life to like sit and edit what I'm doing for you guys to like show you what I'm doing. So I'm like, why do I feel like you want to see it? So it's like almost like I need something. I need to switch up.
No, like specifically in the influencer space, I say that all the time. Like, I'm so tired of myself.
I'm so tired of myself.
Yeah, like so like there's other things, but that's why I think it's been good for me. Like, I always say, I literally, my answer for everything for myself has always been like hobbies and having other things. But like as I've gotten older, like my content has shifted to be like less about my life. Also, my life's been depressing the past couple of years, so it's like I've switched things up, and like I make content like about other things, which has really helped me. And I think it's the only way that I've been able to like keep doing stuff, because it was, even then though, I still am tired of myself all the time.
What's your rut routine?
Okay, so I just made that up. I don't actually have a rut routine, but like that does sound like something I would love. Yeah. Me and my routines. I think it really just depends. I think there's some times where I know I just like need to take a step back, and like I feel like I'm kind of in a rut with a podcast currently. Like that's actually where I'm feeling. Okay. But even today I was just thinking, like sometimes I will literally pray and be like, I need something. I'm like, hey God, it's been a bit, but like I need like something. Mm-hmm. But it just depends. Like I will take a step back. What I've realized is that the worst thing I can do is just try to keep working through it. Dude, I have to take a step back.
Exactly.
Like absolutely have to. Like even today I was like, oh wait, I kind of clicked like what I want to do, and like really, really small minor changes that would make really no difference to anyone other than me, and I think would like help the show grow. But I don't know. I like feel like I'm and I feel like I'm always in a rut, and I feel so annoying coming online being like I'm in a rut. But I'm like, guys, I just don't care. I think that's what it is. Like I don't care enough about myself. Right. That's why, like, as much as everyone's always like solo episodes, I'm like, guys, I have nothing left to say. Yeah. I don't know what I like. It's just, I don't know. And this might be like too niche of a conversation, but I think that like people listening, like, I think it is also
weird. Everyone can relate to this.
Like, even, like to aspects of it. Yeah. Like, especially just on the internet. Like, we're all on the internet. Like, we're all way more self-absorbed than we used to be.
Creator thing. Yeah, this is like, I think even people, small creators are like grinding date. Yeah. It's like, Everyone like, and honestly, like having a friend of mine is really helpful, because it's like I can work on something that isn't me, like, and that is really what I love the most at this point. Like I come alive, like that really like fills me up so much. So like when I get off meetings, I'm always excited. So it helps to like go into other areas, but I think it's just, I don't know, it is so tough. You have created such a freaking cool brand, dude. I'm so inspired. I feel like you're right. It's I want to focus on something that's not me. It's tough right now because I feel like I'm still newer, so I feel like I do still have like juice in the tank for people still wanting to know.
Also, like people can always want to know. Like people like love you. Like you haven't, like all the things that you're saying in your head are not true. Yeah. But like of course, like everyone feels that way about themselves, but like that is not true. Yeah. And you also can like evolve and go on for 20 years. Like people last online. A lot of people last online for a long period of time.
There's like YouTube families who've been pumping this shit out forever.
Literally. They really have. But there's people who, Trisha Paytas, like there's so many people. She's obviously an extreme example because she's Trisha and like so iconic, but like there's so many people who have evolved and evolved and evolved and evolved. Like even like a Martha Stewart career-wise. Like there's so many people who have like continued on, and she didn't even start like being Martha Stewart till she was 40.
That's facts.
It's crazy.
That's facts.
Which is like, that's the kind of inspiration that we need today.
No,
I literally have a full solo episode of people who like achieved like quote success later in life. Yeah. Because it like is so helpful to hear, because when it's so insane the pressure that we put on ourselves too. Even like the conversation we're having, it's like we're so young. Like you're still so young. Yeah. Like you don't need to have everything figured out, but for whatever reason, when you don't have it figured, not for whatever reason, it's just exhausting. But like when you don't have it figured out, it's just like this is awful.
No, it's real. We still have so much that we're gonna do.
What do you think is the most like misunderstood thing about you on the internet?
We can have a deep answer and then we can have a shallow answer. Okay. I think the shallow answer would be people think I'm just like this little grimy little rat that I've like branded myself as, and I'm just like this messy, like doesn't brush your hair. I brought a hairbrush today. That and like I'm really messy, and that like I don't take care of my life. Like I am very driven. I am a very I am a perfectionist and need organization. I do take my hygiene very seriously. So I think that's misunderstood. The deep answer would be, I think people think I'm like very confident, like very like self like confident, and it's the thoughts that are in my head are like debilitating 24 hours a day, which is like a depressing answer, but it's like, and not everything is what it seems online. Like I think I come across I'm a very happy person organically, but there is an evil like side in my head. Like that's like very out to get me. And even in the most positive, happy people you see online sometimes, they are going through it.
It's almost
with
like
their thoughts.
Online, you're like your ideal self.
Totally.
You know what I mean?
This is the parasocial conversation. It's like,
yeah,
there's so many more layers to what you see.
Do comments like really get to you currently?
Yes. Good ones get to me. I'm like, on top of the world. Bad ones, I was just talking about this with someone. Bad ones also get to me as much as the good. That's the thing. Like Adrian's really taught me since I've known him. Like you got to be neutral about both. Like the good ones have to be like, cool, glad that they said that, moving on. And the bad ones have to be, oh, sucks that they said that, moving on. And I am pretty like, I take things to heart really.
Yeah, it's like your identity has to be so far away from like what people say about you online.
And I have not mastered that art at all.
And you also, again though, it happens so fast and there's so many comments, so it's not, you didn't have time to like adjust.
It was tough when the breakup was happening because I think the like NFL audience, like the men really came for me in different aspects, and
they're so scary.
They're scary and they're sad.
Yeah.
And they're rats.
Let's talk about a rat. It's them.
It's them. Speaking of rat. The ones who were nice to me, love you though. But
yeah, they're perfect.
Yeah.
Because they said something kind. This is exactly the problem that we're talking about right now.
Exactly. Shit. See?
Literally live in action.
See?
No, I get it. It is hard. You have to, I think that's the same. I think that's like probably the answer to like most things in life though, is that like your identity has to be so far away and so far removed from these things, which is so much easier said than done.
You have to know you have to be so good with yourself and know yourself so well in your own head before you can
like take anything on almost, which like isn't how life works.
No.
But it's just like the worst thing ever.
What did I see? It was like the price of like this, the price of like doing this is like embarrassment or something.
Yeah.
It's like, that's a big quote right now. That's fucking real.
Price of doing anything is embarrassment.
Yeah.
Anything that's like worthwhile, basically.
Yeah.
Even just, I was actually talking about this earlier today, and like that, there's just a cost. Like you are going to embarrass yourself. You're going to fail a billion times. You're like, that's just like kind of what it is, you know?
Yeah. No,
it is what it is.
Yep.
Okay, so what are some things that you have coming up?
I have a couple collabs, a couple fun collabs coming up.
Love a collab.
I have a little bundle coming out with Tarte.
Oh, love that.
Which, this is the first time I'm like talking about it. I love a bronzy, no makeup. And I feel like Tarte products have mastered that for me. And I forget my makeup a lot. This is how this bundle formed. I forget my makeup everywhere I fucking go. And every time I go to Sephora, I get the little minis of the exact products I need. And it's 5 products to get the perfect, glowy, all year round face in 5 products in like 5 minutes. And we made a bundle.
You know what photo of you? I actually forget where you were. Maybe it was like SI or something. I don't know where you were. You're on a balcony, your glam look. I mean, they commented probably like 15 times. Tianna, that I've never seen a better photo. I've never seen better makeup. I've never seen better anything. Like that should be your screensaver. Like that was seriously unbelievable.
Thank you so
Like it's
much.
actually like drilled into my brain.
Oh wait, did I have like the little top knot up here?
Yep.
Yeah,
That's the one. You know.
I had like a sheer little dress on and my
looked
boobs
so
out. It was
good.
not okay, but I loved that day. I felt really,
It was
really good that day. But the crazy thing is like, I don't feel my most beautiful in full glam. Like I feel like
I get that.
Do you get like it's
only
like,
with one makeup artist who I use for everything? Like I feel
Yes.
amazing with her. Anyone else, I'm like, no, I feel better like not having anything on.
Yeah.
I think it's just because I feel more comfortable.
Yes, I feel like literally the 5 products. That's all. Like that's what I feel best in, and I'm wearing it right now.
Perfect. Obsessed.
And then what else do I have going on? I don't know. I there's a lot of transition business wise that's happening for me right now.
Good.
Which we could talk about later.
Yeah, good.
But it's exciting and it's scary, and I'm hoping that with this transition comes just like a new world of things to share and things to build. And so I'm excited for that. I have a swim collab coming out. And then I have a jewelry collab coming out. So everybody stay tuned.
Stay tuned. A year from now, you'll come back on the podcast and you're just going to be in like a way better place. And it'll be like, oh my gosh, remember when we were in a rut? But like, look at us now. Literally.
Yeah. Hey.
Hey, things will be so different.
Hey, hopefully my hand's a little heavier.
Yeah, just a little bit.
We'll see.
Okay, amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming on. I'll have everything linked in the show notes.
Thank you for having me. Hey, sorry that this was so all over the place, guys. We don't.
No, this is what I needed because this is like showing you in a different light than like you're normally able to show.
Yeah.
Also, what did we learn in today's episode? Tianna, you're going to read attached. You can listen to it on Audible.
Yes.
That'll be good. And we'll start from there because that will be very helpful.
Yeah, we're healing. We're healing our hearts.
Healing
this
our
year.
hearts with Tianna.
With Tianna.